Hey, check out these succulents. They're everywhere. There's so many. You know, I just can't stop at one. And that's for just about any plant. However, I do feel like I got a good price. Hey, right plant, right place. Over the course of the last few years, we have struggled at getting the right plants on our front porch that will not only thrive but survive. The problem is, oftentimes, our front porch gets neglected when it comes to the water schedule. And regardless of the plants that we try, we get, well, they just don't thrive. So I did some thinking earlier this year, and you know, right plant, right place. What is my front porch? It's an area that's neglected of water. It doesn't see much shade. It gets a lot of direct sun, hot sun. Last year, my wife purchased a couple succulents about this size and put them in a little container on the front porch. And those boys, at the end of this video, you'll see them. Those boys are doing just amazing. Just amazing. So I thought, you know what? Right plant, right place. The right plant, succulents. The right place, my front porch. All that direct sun, all that, that one over here, a bunch of direct sun, doesn't get a lot of water. It's covered, so it doesn't get rain either. It just sort of does its thing. So succulents are the way to go because they're going to thrive. Now, I've chosen succulents that are not cold hardy. I'm in the Northwest, Pacific Northwest. So these bad boys will eventually end up in the greenhouse when I overwinter them. Look at these amazing arrangements that I got. Now with succulents, a couple things to know. Succulents need really good draining soil. I am using just a commercial soil mix that says great for succulents, cactus, those kind of things. Then the other thing we're going to do is make sure to provide them lots of sun, heat, and neglected, and as far as we're gonna water our front porch the way we normally water it when we remember, and these are going to thrive because of it. Now next season, as we go into next season, I'll split out some of these, take out some of the other ones, because succulents, while they look gorgeous all put together, they're gonna do their best and put on their best show when they're given a little space of their own to grow. So these look great, got a great deal on these. We're gonna leave these just as they are and treat them properly. And then we'll split them out and we'll have more next year. You know, there's a couple different varieties of succulents. You can get ones that are cold hardy. You can get ones that are not cold hardy, and that's what these are. These are not the cold hardy variety, but they're gonna look great. And you know, most of them, from my experience here in the Northwest, again here in the Northwest, I'm in zone like 8B. Where we do see some freezing temperatures. We don't see much snow, but we do get some from time to time. What we're going to want to do is we're going to want to protect them from frost, though, because that frost is going to damage them. They can definitely withstand a little bit of cold weather. Last winter, I left the ones on our front porch on the front porch until we actually got that forecast for some crazy amounts of like frigid, like below 20. And then I went ahead and put them in the greenhouse to protect them. But the light frosts and things that we got prior to that was a non-issue. You know, they didn't grow. but they didn't die. And ideally, that's the goal, is things grow and don't die. So all I'm doing here is I'd filled these pots partially full, and then I'm breaking out the plant. I'll take a look and I'll pull out anything dead, you know, do a little maintenance, give it that chance to thrive and survive and do amazing. And then I'm putting them in pots that'll give it a little bit of room to grow. Curious to see how these work next year, how much they grow this summer, and then what I can do with them going in. I just, you know, rooted through. If you've seen any of my TikTok or Instagram, I had just a horrendous amount of pots, unused pots. I am a hoarder, to say the least. I just can't throw that stuff out. So I went through and I found all these little terracotta pots. Terracotta is a really great option for succulents. Not only is it going to help with the drainage with the hole, but because it's terracotta, terracotta breathes, so it's gonna it's another avenue to allow you that proper drainage and for the soil to dry out. So I recommend when it comes to succulents and watering, you know, you want it dry. You want it super dry. And then flood it. Just drench it. You want it, just drench it. And then let it dry out again. Let it bake in the sun. Let it get happy there in the heat. It wants that heat. Cold nights, oh, it loves a nice chilly night. That is the climate. That is what it grows and how it grows and where it grows in nature. And that's what you want to do, is you want to replicate that. Then also, as I'm going through, so far, they've all been really intact, but earlier I was futzing around with them. So when I'm working with succulents, I get some soil in a tray, and then I just put the leaves, anything that has fallen, or any extras if I'm doing some trimming, and I put them in the soil, and then I'll put that in the greenhouse just so it can, you know, control the moisture. You know, it's almost June and we're in the Northwest, and you know, it still feels like spring. We've not had many warm days, but they're coming. Anyhow, the point was, and yes, there was a point. There's always a point when I'm talking. Sometimes I ramble on just endlessly, but other times there's an actual point to it. So, and now I got distracted because, well, I was rambling. That's what I do. I am going to give this one a little bit of maintenance. Oh, look at those roots. Really good, healthy roots. We'll break that up a little bit. And we're just going to get in here and we're going to cut some of that brown out just so it looks pretty. Flip it away. Try not to flip the succulent itself. Propagation opportunity, I guess. So I'm thinking there was a third one in there, and that sucker just died. Okay, these have been out in the rain, sitting in a tray. This is an aloe vera, a version of an aloe vera. Ooh, and it's got a new baby one growing. That is new. That was not there when I got it originally. Let's see, we need a little more soil in here. And we'll work that baby in there. We won't pack this in like the prepackaged hanging baskets. Or I guess that's a hanging basket. Neither one of those are. Make sure we can get that down in there. Add some variety. let's think. I think I've got, you know, I tried to figure that out, but I may end up with a couple extras. Who knows where those will go? And then, oh, let's get this little guy here. Looks like it was flowering. Oh, look at that. Reminds me of Burrow's tails. Is that what it's called? Burrow tail? Touch that sucker and it just starts dropping everywhere. Here we got some soil. Oop, got a little garbage there. And then we're just lightly tamping that in there. Fill up that hole in the center. Give those roots area to grow. And look at that. There we've got one. We'll put that one off to the side here. Let's do this other giant one. Let's see. And then I still have 3 more little pots. Okay, let's take these out. Oh, look at that. That was a clearance purchase. I like clearance purchases. Okay, let's put that big bad boy in first. He's got a nice deep pot. Ooh, look at that. That thing is so wet. Oh, look at all these possible freebies. We'll just keep collecting those. I'm gonna break up that soil a little bit. This pot I will not water because that is so moist. That is just gonna wick all kinds of extra moisture into the other plants. Huh, that one's got a little green that was coming out the hole. I think it was gonna build a new one. Wow, that one's doing really great. Let's stick that in there too. That's gonna look amazing. And then let's add this guy here after we cut off all this really looking dead stuff. Do you have a favorite succulent? I'd love to hear about it in the comments. Or share a picture on my Instagram or Facebook, The Angry Gardener in both spots. Put that right there. This is another one that looks like it's got some dead that it's just gonna come right off. Oh, propagation opportunity. Oh, that looks much cleaner. Stick that in there. Then let's get us some soil. Fill in the gaps, the holes, the whatnot. I should have had to grab my bamboo stake. I could have poked things in there. I think we need a little more here on the back end. See all these people using these proper little soil scoops. They look so adorable. I've got to find one. And when I'm at the right places, I don't think I ever remember to look for them. So I will continue to use empty nursery pots. So there we go. There's another one. Oh, that's gonna look amazing. Here, we'll put that over here. We'll put this over here. So once we're done here, I'll take you to the front yard and show you how I am getting this all set up. I found some old wooden crates. I'm stacking. Need to find some, I don't know, some random tchotchke decoration type stuff to go with it. You know, I'm all about tchotchke. If you've watched my Watch My Garden Grow series, you know that my yard is just, you know, cluttered, eclectic. I think I would go with eclectic. Oh, look at all these propagation opportunities. I'll put these in here, put those in here. Let's pull this guy out. Oh, he's got a, that one needs to come over here. This guy's got a little friend growing. Little baby. Let's get some more soil in here. Tamp that down a little bit as I make a mess of things. Okay, and here we got another one. Wow, we're down to one. Look at that. See, look at that. Look at the timer. It's only been like, 30 seconds. We've got all these planted. And here you thought I'd gonna ramble on forever and just drag out the day. That had roots coming out. I'm gonna break that up just a little bit. Make that hole just a little bit deeper. So, as we're wrapping up here, let's stick around and take a look and see what my front porch looks like with the addition of these. Not that you've ever seen my front porch before, but now you can see what they look like with succulents. And you can see the ones, remember I was telling you my wife got these little tiny ones last year? They're gorgeous. They put on flowers. They continue to bloom. Shoot, I think I've got one hanging out somewhere, a propagation one that we just kind of set in some soil and forgot about over winter, but that baby grew. So, why don't you meet me in the front yard and we'll get these all set out. Okay, see you there. Okay, so here it is. I'm hoping my wife will do some more futzing around. She's more of the artsy crafty, cool looking look sort of person. But here we go. I'll give an update later in the year and let you know how things are going. Hey, though, remember I told you about my wife got some that are this size last year? Look at them now. And this one just keeps flowering. Isn't that amazing? And we got another little basket there. Happy gardening.